to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, His Excellency Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon. How are you?
How are you? Well, Your Excellency, how do you weigh the importance of ties between Egypt and Nigeria for both sides?
Very important now, because we are coordinating our position with our friends in Africa. And I want to say with all proud as Egyptians that we are the most acceptable face in Africa is Egypt. Since the pharaonic time, many countries in Africa are proud that they have a pharaonic origin. Since Muhammad Ali Pasha and the discoveries of the River Nile, Gamal Abdel Nasser and the movement for independence. So Egypt is there and we shall be always there.
Yes.
So I think that this sort of coordination between Egypt and Nigeria is very important, with the development of what is happening by the recognition of Israel to the Somaliland.
Yes.
Something unprecedented. Nobody will accept this, especially from a country which is occupying the Palestinian land against the will of its people. So nobody will accept this, whether the Arab world in Africa also, the Islamic countries, or any other country in the whole world. So I think we have a very strong position and we shall not accept this. And it is a sort of a joke, or who is this that's deciding such silly things in the Israeli government?
Yes, during the call, the two sides have lauded the growing momentum in security ties with Central and West Africa. How would you comment on this?
We are coordinating with everybody. There isn't a sort of coordination in the West or on the East, especially after the initiative of our President, where we established a whole Africa free trade area, which is comprised of 51 countries. So Africa is one united organization now, and we have a free trade area between the whole 51 countries. So we are there, and I think we are highly confident that we are in a very good position. On the side, I must assure our audience that Badr Abdul Ati, he wouldn't hesitate to call on the Israeli chargé d'affaires of the Israeli embassy and to tell him that this is not acceptable, because this is not a joke, and we do not want a country which we have, after all, a peace treaty, that to play something against the good intention of the peace treaty between Egypt and Israel.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Bayoumi, how do you comment on the latest developments in Somalia with regards to the recognition of the Somaliland by the Israeli side?
Yes, this is what I want to stress on. Because yes, Somalia, after all, is a member of the Arab League, and we are supporting the unity of this country. We shall never agree to separate a part from Somalia for the sake of to please Ethiopia or whatever. So Somalia is a member of the Arab League. Today, while I am talking to you, the representatives of the whole Arab countries, the 22 Arab countries, have a conference now in the Arab League to condemn this process, and the meeting is coming after the call of the Somalia. So we are there. We are collecting all our supporters, our friends, whether in Africa, the Islamic world, even in Europe. Nobody will accept what Israel is doing.
Yes. How would the Israeli move echo on the international stage?
Very bad, because nobody accepts this, especially that Israel itself is in trouble with the problem which they are facing in Palestine, and they are dreaming of migrate the Palestinians from their country. This will never happen, and nobody will allow this, whether to Somalia or to Egypt or Sinai. This is a joke, and nobody will accept it.
Yes. How important is the security of the Horn of Africa for the continent?
It is very important for everybody, but especially for Egypt, because it's a matter of navigation in the Red Sea. Navigation in the Red Sea, it means that there are plenty of countries on the Red Sea, or the navigation in Suez Canal, so Europe will be affected, and nobody will allow this at all.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Bayoumi, today the Arab League is witnessing an emergency meeting on Somalia. How do you see this step?
This is another strong step, and I am quite sure that they will take the appropriate decision, and they will stop this sort of a joke from the government to Israel.
Yes, the role played by the Arab League concerning such a step that Israel have taken.
Very important, because the Arab League really has its influence on many groups, such as the African Union. The European Union will never accept this and will support us, of course. And Latin America also is there. So we are quite sure that we are in a very good position. It is a very strong legal position, and nobody will allow this.
Yes, the meeting aims at affirming the complete rejection of the step taken by Israel for the recognition. What do we expect from the meeting today, by the emergency meeting by the Arab League?
It will raise the opinion, the international opinion, against this step, and it will condemn it, of course. And I think this is a very good way to show everybody in the whole world that we will never accept such a movement from Israel. So, but what I want to explain it to our audience, that nothing such as that we commit a war against Israel. This is not our way of discussing the matter.
Yes.
We can, of course, ask the United States to help us, because the United States is one of those who are seeking peace in the Middle East, and I don't think that the United States would accept this sort of step taken by Israel.
Yes, the meeting will also discuss enhancing the Arab stance in confronting this move, and to stress the full solidarity with Somalia to support the legitimate institutions.
We always support Somalia and its independence. And if you cross the bridge of Qasr al-Nil, you will find the tunnel of Gamal al-Din Salah. Gamal al-Din Salah was the Egyptian ambassador trying to help Somalia for its independence, and he was killed by an Ethiopian in the land of Somalia. So we are always supporting Somalia. It is a dear brother country, and we shall continue this support to this member of the Arab League.
Yes, the foreign ministers in a joint communique and a joint announcement, the foreign ministers of Egypt, Somalia, Algeria, Comoros, Djibouti, Gambia, Iran, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Libya, Maldives, Nigeria, Oman, Pakistan, Palestine, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Turkey, Yemen, and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation have stressed their complete rejection of the act by the recognition of Israel to the Somali land. What's your comment?
Yes, this is a sort of a sample of what we expect. It is just some countries of the Islamic countries, some countries of the Arab League, some countries from Africa, but we expect that the whole community of the world, whether it is Africa or the Arab League or even the European Union, will reject it. So this is just the first step towards showing our opinion.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Bayoumi, also they warned of the dangerous repercussions of this unprecedented action on the peace, security of the Horn of Africa and also of the Red Sea, as well as the impact of international peace and security. Could you please extend on this point, please?
It is threatening the whole peace everywhere. It is threatening the peace process between Egypt and Israel.
Yes.
It is threatening the peace process between Israel and the Palestinians. So nobody will play this game, and we shall all stop it and stand against it.
Yes. Yes, we come to the reaction by Egypt. Egypt have affirmed its absolute rejection since yesterday of the unilateral measures that taken by that infringe upon the sovereignty of states and their territorial integrity, as such actions contradicted the establishment foundations of international law and the Charter of the United Nations. Ambassador Bayoumi. Well, it seems we've lost the line with His Excellency Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. We thank you very much for your information. Well, Egypt have affirmed its absolute rejection of unilateral measures that infringe upon the sovereignty of the states and their territorial integrity, as such actions contradict the establishment foundations of international law and the Charter of the United Nations. Egypt also reviewed its condemnation in the strongest possible terms of Israel's unilateral recognition of the so-called Somaliland, considering this a flagrant violation of principles of the international law and the UN Charter, an act that undermines the foundations of peace and security. Well, Nigeria and Somalia were among African states with which Egypt was keen to boost ties and upgrade economic and political ties, as listed in a press release by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The release have listed establishing projects in African countries and alleviating the level of ties to the strategic level.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has issued a press release detailing Egyptian diplomatic moves for a comprehensive approach towards peace, development and regional integration in Africa. The report said that Egyptian-African ties have witnessed a quantum leap in 2025, reflecting the special status of Africa with regards to foreign policy. It said the ministry has initiated moves in areas of priority to achieve common interests for Egypt and its African partners. The report said this includes projects in the fields of logistical and developmental corridors, electricity, renewable energy, and boosting intra-African trade. It said Egypt seeks to reassure there are strong links among the paths of peace, security and stability, in line with the African Union Development Agenda 2063. It said that during 2025, Egypt laid special weight on establishing strategic partnerships and joint cooperation committees with a number of African states in the fields of security, economy, development and water security. It said such partnerships were held with Kenya and Nigeria, while ties with Somalia were upgraded to the strategic level, citing the transfer of the Egyptian embassy to Mogadishu for the first time since 1991.
Well, we are back with our guest, dear guest, His Excellency Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Your Excellency Ambassador Bayoumi, can you hear me?
Yes, now
yes,
I hear you.
Yes, continuing our discussion concerning the recognition and the impact of recognition of Israel for the Somaliland. Please go ahead.
Yes, I see that this step from the Israeli government is nonsense. But I may allow myself to explain to our audience what is behind this. We have an extremist government in Israel, which is headed by a prime minister which is international criminal, and his head is requested by the international Court of Justice and the International Court of Crime, and even the justice organizations in his own country. What can I say there? So the secret there, that his own personal interest is to continue the war in order to keep himself out of jail. So let us wait and see, but I don't see any future to this Prime Minister or to his policy at all.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Your Excellency Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister.